Hey guys, welcome to What the Hef Productions. Today, by the way, I'm Hef. I wanted to show you guys a little mini that I've been working on. I kind of got some basics on him and whatnot, and as you can see, he's got his base colors down. I thought he was looking cool, but it's like, I don't know, he needs something else. So I thought about maybe, I don't know, brighten him up a little bit. So I have some 3 colors here. I'm gonna lay a little layer of white scarf for some highlights on certain things, this Death Guard green for skin tones, and then the red for some of his armor. So first off, we're gonna start off with his skin. As you can see, he's kind of already got the tones down that kind of make it pop, but I want to make some of it lighter just so that from far away it tends to pop out a little more, especially around the face and stuff, on the arms, definitely on the back. And I have my cat Luna joining me. He just jumped up on the back of my chair. Hey, Luna. Okay. Always make sure you shake your paints up really, really good. I've actually shaken these up quite a bit before I even started the video, so that way you wouldn't sit in here and hear me shaking constantly. Now, I'm gonna take my tiny little brush. It is a 00 round. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh, and it's upside down. My bad. I got this from Cheap Joe's Art Store. It's really good. It's one of my favorite brushes, especially for tiny pieces. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this green, and what I'm gonna do is here on the back, on the highest parts, I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlight very carefully. And I'll kind of try and brush that in a little bit to the areas around it. I don't want to add a whole lot because I don't want it to look too weird. I just want to hit the highlighted parts. Let him leave the door on. Especially, you can kind of see his backbone a little bit. Some highlights over in here, just a little more. Already starting to pop out a little bit more. Probably smooth it in some. Okay, I like how that's popping better. Definitely makes the spine pop out a little more. Let's get this arm a little bit. Let's see. How about we take and add a little highlight right in here. There's a muscle that pops out right here. If you hear that noise in the background, that's my wife's little one, Luna, who likes to mess and stuff. Okay, yeah, that's popping out more. Let's see if we can get some of this detail right here to pop out some. Using this right in here. Definitely where the light would hit. It's making the arm look a little better, right? Kinda. By the way, if you don't know me, you'll learn really quick. I'm colorblind, and a lot of times I, ask about color. So this is probably a little off. And my wife will probably come back and go, it's a little too much. Maybe you tone it down. And so I'll probably have to tone it down some. But for right now, I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. Let's get some of those, popping those highlights out, making those muscles look bigger. Okay, let's do the other arm. See, the other arm's looking pretty cool, but I still want some of those to pop out just a little bit more. So now, I'm definitely gonna get this shoulder right here. And obviously I am still learning. I was an art teacher for 18 years. I know, funny, right? Colorblind art teacher. But I always taught my kids to never get up. Just try something new. And so this is newer for me. My hands shake a lot, so I have a hard time painting small little details, but I'm getting better. See, that's starting to pop more, especially from further away. Like if this is on a table, I want you to be able to see all the muscles and stuff popping out. Okay, now that looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get some red on this. Okay. Shaking up the red again just to make sure, like I said, I shake up all these paints beforehand. However, just to make sure, ooh, that red looks nice. This is a layer, an Evil Sunz Scarlet. Now, some people like to thin them out. I don't. I mean, they're kind of thin already. I just get a little bit of paint on my brush, and what I do is where I think the highlights should be, especially on the top, the sun shining off of it. This might be too bright, but it's good because it's a layer, so I can brush it on pretty thin. Kind of make it pop a little bit more. Definitely want to get the brim. Make sure this all looks kind of blended in. I don't want it looking too bad, but I do want it to pop. Is that looking better? Yeah, it's popping. Now let's get some of this on the armor. Let's do some I'm gonna throw some lines in here like this, but then I'm gonna just kind of go back and smooth them out as best as I can. I'll make it look like, you know, some of it's fading, but I definitely want to make it brighter. See, that looks better than that one for sure. It's definitely make it stand out more. So let's get some of that in here. Yeah, you guys can see that good. Okay, I'm just gonna pop these like this, and then I'm gonna go back and kind of just smear it all in. Very messily, like, because this is an orc, and you know, orcs aren't very pretty. They're not very smart either. So I figure popping this out like this will make it look like he's got newer armor, but it's also fading over time. And definitely popping out more. I need to get more of his helmet now that I really like this red, so I'm gonna definitely put more on the helmet. Probably should have thinned it out more with water, but I can always go back over and make it not so red. But I kind of like this red. This is a nice red. Got to get around that ear without getting it on the ear. That's the problem. I wish I had started with this red, but it's a good thing I had some darker colors to go with. But yeah, see how that's popping out a lot more? Everything's starting to look a little bit better. I'll figure up a better way to set up my camera for next time. Today I just figured give it a shot, see how it works. Okay, now the last thing I'm gonna do for this video, I want to add some white, like highlight gleams, I guess you could say, coming off the metal, stuff like that. So with this, I'm gonna go very skimpy, and I'm gonna kind of do along the edges of, like, say, the gun, like a glint off the gun. Let's see, we're gonna take very carefully. I just want to get that corner right there. So a little white right here on the end. Kind of make it look like it's popping in the light a little bit, not too much. Yes, again, I'm kind of doing this very lightly. I might have done that too much up at the top. Maybe see if I can blend that in a little bit. Let me get another brush. Kind of smooth that out a little bit. I don't know. All right, kind of liking it. I could add some, let's see here, a little bit of gleam to the top of this, maybe on these. Just a little bit on each of these little, I guess you could call them rivets or whatever. I just want to make them stand out a little bit more. See how it's popping? You want it to pop as much as you can, otherwise it kind of looks muddy like it did at the beginning. I mean, it's still not the best, but it's getting there. It's getting where I want it to go. Oops, didn't mean to put that much on there. Good thing is, you have an extra brush, a little bit of water, you can always fix that. Maybe not. I need a little extra water. I'll make sure I get all these little roots, make them pop first. And I can go back and add like a little. It's easier when it's dry. You see the metal starting to pop a little bit more. He's popping out some more. Gun makes a little bit more sense. You know, I think I might go back over that a little bit with maybe a little gun, some of that. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to go back over it now. Whoops. Okay, so last but not least, and I didn't plan for this one, I'm gonna have to go back with a little Leadbelcher where I messed up. You know, my wife will tell you Leadbelcher is one of my favorites because it's just a really good metal. Now, if you hear like a humming noise in the background, that is one of my printers. I am trying to print a space hat for cats. We have some friends down at Brews and Mews in Lenoir, and they have asked for some cat hats. So here's one of the ones I've made. A little construction hat. Printed that one out. And so now I'm printing out on this machine right here, my Elegoo Saturn. I'm printing out a space helmet for cats. Now let's see here. Let's see if we can fix this. Get a little Leadbelcher on there. Kind of go back over a lot of that just to kind of tone it down somewhere I accidentally added too much white. Kind of tone it down a little bit, make it not so horrible. So the good thing about painting is, you know, you're gonna make mistakes, but the fun part is learning from those mistakes and making them better. Oh, I like that. Yeah, it looks like a much better. Definitely the muscles pop out more. The helmet and the shoulders look better. Maybe next time we'll play with the gun a little bit more. Let me get some of that white off there, and I think we're good. I don't know. Any suggestions? I'll try them. Let me know. Before I go though, I am going to show you what's printing. So here we go. Don't get too dizzy. So there's that little model. So here, as you can see, I'm printing on my Saturn, and it's just started. But Space Cat helmet. So let me know. We'll see how it goes. As for this guy, I'd say he's looking pretty good. Next time I'll probably go and work on the eyes and probably the gun some more, and I definitely got to figure out something for this space. But I think the armor's already starting to look better. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you like my videos, and I will see you next time.